Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I feel like at this point I've gotten a good enough look at the two most recent DOKKANFEST TURs that have released. Piccolo Jr. and Goku. Incredible units. Now I want to start this video out with this. I'm not going to wait till I get to them to say this. Golden Week feels like a power jump to me. If you look at what Piccolo, Goku, I think the DOKKANFEST Easy 8, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, this feels like Dokkan just took a little bit of a leap in terms of characters. So I would like to advise people to keep that in mind. The LR we're going to get in 2 weeks, maybe it could be a Carnival, I guess, or a Yellow Coin LR, one of the two. I do expect it to be very busted, because it looks to me like Dokkan just kind of went up a little bit. So I'm very curious to see if we're going to get some sort of new difficult content or something like that, because these new Golden Week characters are very crazy. Let's just immediately jump in. At number 10, we have Majin and Vegeta here. Majin and Vegeta hanging in there pretty well. I mean, this is a character, I mean, he's Saiyan Day of 2022, and he's still on here. That's pretty good. I mean, one of the reasons he's here is Dokkan certainly didn't do good enough with, like, you know, the Resurrection F Blues, you know, Tech Pan. Some of these characters I feel like probably should have just been a little bit better in various ways. But Majin Vegeta's solid, man. He's good. Defense always out-ages offense, right? That's something to keep in mind when evaluating units for sure. I think that could be relevant when talking about, like, the Easy ATURs, like Piccolo versus Blue Kaioken Goku, right? That could be utilized there. This guy, one thing I always just want to remind people with this guy, though, is that this guy was much better, you know, 4 months after he came out. Because as long as there's a good Trunks, which Vegeta and Trunks are still really good, they're still a top 10 unit in the game, this guy is really solid and can hang in there very well. And outside of his tanking ability, he synergizes unbelievably with Vegeta and Trunks, a character that stacks, gets very high defense, and this guy can create those in orbs, and Vegeta and Trunks can heal hundreds of thousands of HP with that, right, which can be very good. Healing these days I've found to be very strong because we now have just a huge assortment of characters who can eat the biggest boss super attacks, but they'll take 300k, 400k, and that's why then, you know, healing can really come in clutch. I like Majin Vegeta at number 10 over some of the restrictions or weakness of some other characters close to him. Next, we have Super 17. This is just flat out, I feel like, unacceptable. No. This character is like, bro, are they even like, how many days old is this character? The 6th? Okay, so 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 57. This unit is 58 days old. And they're at number 9 on this list. This is why you guys really, you know, people always say, let people summon on what they want. No. The point of the game is to get people to burn their currency, want to summon on everything, and then, oops, I'm spending money now. You don't want to do that, right? You know, you can spend money on this game if it's your hobby, enjoy it, sure, but it's a slippery slope, right? I always advise people that. Summoning on every single unit that comes out, every banner that comes out, right? Occasionally stuff like this happens. This character just came out, and they're in danger of falling off the list entirely, right? Like, in 2 months, this character could be gone. By the time Worldwide Download Celebration happens, this character might not even be on the list anymore. It's going to be crazy. Now, this character is, like they're strong. I feel like they're solid in base, right? Like, they can get some dodge if they attack and stuff like that. But the restriction of transforming to Super 17 is just, it's too bad. This is not good. This is tough, man. Like, this is not, you know, I don't know. This is not good. Considering that this has to probably be either the best or the second best unit on any team that they're on, you're in a really bad spot with them, right? Like, that's really tough. Then Super 17's design is not good. I feel really bad for this character because every other major release this year has, like, been really good or had a really good design except for Super 17, right? Kale, God Goku, the Part 2 Carnival LRs, the Part 1 8th Anniversary LRs. I guess LR Super Boo's got a bit of wonkiness, but I mean, he's still very powerful. It's like, I don't know that I would compare Super Boo to this character, though. This character just got, I mean, this is like a legendary shaft right here. Just comparing this character to Kale and God Goku and Piccolo Jr. and stuff, it's insane. They're good, but I mean, this is the type of character that needed to be as good as God Goku, right? Like on these teams and stuff. And this is why, like, God Goku did not need to be as busted as he is when you look at all the teams he's on, right? Like, this is a really bad fumble by Dokkan Super 17. It's sad. Very, very sad. Next, we have Yamcha. Yamcha's strong. Yamcha easily could get caught, right, with the way his mechanics are set up, right? He is a dodge character that relies heavily on the dodge, and typically he doesn't have the defense to back it up. So it's like this guy can take major damage even from normals oftentimes, but he is good. And it's like a lot of his teams, a lot of his setups are certainly a little bit stronger, right? Kind of like this earth-bred fighter, like roster. You've got a lot of characters now like Yajirobe and like Krillin, LR Jackie Chun. Although I guess LR Jackie Chun and Krillin both support World Tournament, which Yamcha's not on. But he's kind of in this mix of like Earthling, Earthbred fighter type characters. Yamcha's good. You could definitely have, Earthbred fighter team led by Yamcha with like, 23rd World Tournament Goku and Jackie Chun and Yajirobe, and Yamcha can cook. Unbelievably so, right? Like, he's good. I feel like they could have made Yamcha slightly better. I mean, I was even saying this when Yamcha came out, that he should have been slightly better. I think if he just had a 70% chance to dodge right here, he would be cooking. I guess they didn't want to do that because it would be very easy for him to get to a 100% chance to dodge if he did, right? Which I guess they didn't want to do, but they could have made Yamcha, I think, slightly better. He's still good, though. He's solid. Wow, this is... Damn. What? I don't know. Yeah, there's a gap there. There's a gap between Yamcha and Gamma 2. Let's just fill it in. There's no change here. We're just going to grab the next couple right here. Kid Goku, Gamma 1. I mean, these guys have run the game for months now, right? Like, these guys came out in October, and I still feel like they're pretty closely entrenched. You could easily make the case that, I mean, Goku is a little bit better. Goku works really well with 23rd World Tournament Goku, which I would say matters, but I don't... The thing is that this guy doesn't support 23rd World Tournament Goku. So it's like, do I want to put this guy above Gamma 1? I would say no. I don't want to put him above Gamma 1. Maybe if this guy was supporting, like, okay, so if Piccolo Jr. and Goku and all these World Tournament characters, if they were on Dragon Ball Saga, at that point, maybe. I probably would still have Gamma 1 in front, even if this guy was directly supporting those characters. But, I mean, Kid Goku's very good, but Gamma 1 is just exactly what we're looking for in types of like, with character releases. Very, very powerful. I'm sorry, I just don't see a reason to move Goku above the Gammas. Well, I mean, Gamma 2 is right there. He's above Gamma 2. Gamma 2 gets caught way too easy for me. Well, he has recently, but that's kind of his weakness, right? Like, he does so much damage. He's got his nullification. He has his support. Kid Goku can get caught too, depending upon the orbs. Gamma 1 doesn't really get caught, right? That's kind of, I guess, the argument there. Gamma 1 can drop 10 million attack stats just like the two of them too, so it's... I am very comfortable leaving this as is. I'm sorry. Even though 23rd World Tournament Goku, I mean, they share, what, 4 links? 5 links? They have, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so, because Goku doesn't have Kamehameha or Innocence, I believe, 23rd World Tournament Goku, but he does have Infighter, right? So they have 5 out of 7, I mean, that's definitely pretty good. And then if you're getting the orb support, you can get the crit and the damage reduction. The damage reduction is really good for 23rd World Tournament Goku. Guard characters eat off of that damage reduction, but I don't know, I don't think so. Gamma 1 still right there. Next, we have Kale. This is crazy. Yeah, wow. Dokkan has done a good job lately. They have. They really have with character releases. Besides Super 17, I think the designs and power level of a lot of these units is very good. Kale is strong. The problem with Kale is not her fault. It's Universe 6. I'm telling you. Like, let me grab God Goku. God Goku is the next one. This is a character, it's a case-by-case basis, right? Where sometimes I feel like a character, like, it's like, yeah, dude, they just have no help, and I really feel like that drags them down. But sometimes it's like, I don't feel like it's, even though it's true, it's not as big of an issue. With Kale, it really is. I go into these tough fights and I lose constantly, turn 1 and turn 2. It's not Kale's fault. Kale is not a slot 1 character until she transforms, but no one on Universe 6 is either. That's the problem. Kale just simply, Kale doesn't need anything crazy. She just needs a Universe 6 character that guards for turn 1. That's like literally all she needs. If you have a Universe 6 character that guarded their first turn, probably that's all Kale needed, right? That's why LR Kale and Caulifla, their EZA pisses me off, because if they just gave them guard, you know, for the first 3 turns, like Goku Black and Rose got, a character that came out in goddamn July of 2022, Kale just is going to feel way better because you're not going to be dying before you transform into Super Saiyan 2 Kale. This character right here, people don't know how good she is. Like, people don't know. And it's like, she's such an unhyped character and she has no help. Even when this character comes out on Global, she's going to be underrated. A lot of times, characters that aren't on Global get underrated because the vast majority of the player base in this community is Global players, right? Makes sense, right? Playing a version of the game you could read and understand. Makes sense. But it does cause certain characters to really fly under the radar sometimes, especially characters that aren't, like, super hype Super Saiyans, and Kale is one of them. Kale has to be, considering how strong she is, I want to say Kale is one of the most underrated units, maybe ever. I think so. Kale is that good. She is. It's just, she doesn't have help, and she's, you know, one of the less hype Dokkan Fest characters we've gotten, right? Like, I would certainly put Yamcha as more deserving than Kale. Would I? I would probably put Yamcha over Kale, I think. That's actually close. Yamcha deserves it for sure, but, I mean, Kale is still a Super Saiyan, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, Kale, Super Saiyans are always more hyped than, like, not Super Saiyans. Okay. God Goku. This is crazy. God Goku is 3. Damn. That's, whew. And Kale is 4. I'm just, like, looking at this top 7. It's like, are you kidding me? The top 7 is so stacked. It's insane how stacked the top 7 is. Oh, my God. Okay, God Goku. He does have a bit of a weakness if you're not able to get orbs. I've found it to typically be not the biggest issue in the world. With 3 orbs, he has a 60% chance to dodge. With 6 orbs, he has guard on top of it. Really, for me, it feels like the argument with, like, Kale is that she's just, like, once she transforms, she's just way better, right? And this Goku, I don't like what he's doing in Super Saiyan mode as much. Super Saiyan Goku can get killed very easily. You know, you want to use this as kind of like a finisher, because remember, with God Goku, you do the active skill transformation, which is a guaranteed crit and does big damage since Goku stacks attack. And then Super Saiyan Goku has guaranteed crits for his first 3 turns. It's very clear they designed this character that you use the transformation and then maybe 1 attack from Goku to finish the boss off. That's why he has the 70% chance before he attacks. The design is very good. Like, I see exactly what they're going for, right? I just think that guy Goku's strong, right? Orb changing, guard, dodge, stacking. It's just a strong combo. Very good character. I like the active skill. His link set, too. Let me not gloss over that. Prepare for battle. Over in a flash. Shocking speed. Super Saiyan Fierce battle. Like, yeah, W. All right, this guy is strong across the board. Very, very good. That's why, holy crap, dude. I feel, to me, it's much more likely that, like, so we're going to get a Dokkan Fest, like, the last day of May. I feel like it's much more likely the May Dokkan Fest slides in the 5 to 8 range than, like, up here. I don't know, man. But then again, I do think that we did just have a power jump with Golden Week, so we'll see. It just, this just looks crazy to me. It does. All right, so I'm just going to grab the next 2, Piccolo Jr. and Goku. I feel like I don't actually need to spend too much time talking about this because it's very simple. I would argue, let me close these, that these are 2 of the best designed characters ever, I think. These guys are very different from each other, and I would say that they're different from sort of like a lot of releases. And I feel like they're super busted, but they are balanced, and there's a lot of RNG, right? You go into a fight, and Piccolo builds up right here with each super attack performed. How dominant Piccolo is going to be is down to a couple of factors. Are you getting all of his additional supers right here, right here, right here as well, right? Are those proccing? Are you able to get his giant form? 60% HP under turn 4. Not that easy to get, by the way. Are you getting his active skill, which is under 50% HP turn 4, right? Like, if you're proccing all these things, it's like this guy is like the best unit in the game, right? Like, I think the peak of Dokkan right now is, you know, you're going into one of the final phases. You go into giant, you get 2 or 3 turns of this. The giant form causes the boss to be unable to super attack, unable to do like AoE supers, AoE normals, the stuff that Shenron does, toughest boss in the game. Then you go right into his active skill, right? Which, you know, attack breaks the enemy, and then also allows you to, you know, maybe place Piccolo in slot 2. You're able to get this right here. Then you're able to put him in slot 1, get his full passive. Like, it's crazy. He's got a stun. I think that's probably the best World Tournament character in the game, right? Best Super Battle World unit in the game. It's ridiculous. Then you go to Goku, and it's like Goku also, right? Both characters are very heavily RNG based. With Goku, I do feel like Goku, people are in, you know, mega honeymoon period with him right now. Of course, totally valid. But it's going to become clear to people this guy's limitations once you're not going out of your way to instantly revive with a character like turn 1 of the fight, right, to get this guy revived. When this guy is not the best unit on the team, it is going to be an issue, the limitations that arise, right? A lot of it is like, again, it's not really up to you, because Goku has, I think, one of the worst. This is a horrendous condition, because this is not turn 6. This is Goku's 6th turn. So if Goku is in slot 7, then that means you can't use this until turn 8. You have to be below 59% HP. I mean, he certainly is ridiculous in here. He's a little bit similar to the 8th anniversary Vegeta, where he's got like the big support and then he dies and, you know, you do the attack. But the biggest thing with this Goku is, I mean, he basically becomes like the best unit in the game once this is up right here. And beautiful by Dokkan to allow it to be him reviving or an ally. That saves this character completely. But what happens is he has guaranteed guard and he's doing all the damage. His defense is ridiculous once he revives. But until then, after turn 1 where you have your guaranteed guard, you are dealing with a lot of coin flips, high chance to guard. This is an issue, right? And it's like people could just say, oh, well, I easily revive. Yeah, but it's not like the whole game is RNG. Like, it's not like there's a character where you literally press a button and they instantly revive. Oh, I've got it. Like, it doesn't work that way. You still need things to maneuver in the way that you want it to go. The best unit for this is, of course, GT, Goku, and Vegeta, who, you know, they only need to get hit 4 times and you could use 0-5. And they are very squishy, so it's not that tough to do. 4 hits usually isn't that bad, right? 4, you could get away with that. And if, you know, maybe you have them turn 2 and turn 1 you get blasted, you can use their standby. Well, okay, they have to get hit 4 times and then it has to be on turn 4 as well. And then, you know, for their second way they can activate it is just if you're under 50% HP, which, you know, certainly can be pretty good. No turn restriction, but an HP restriction is really usually pretty solid. But it's just like there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to lose because this guy's not guarding, right? Like me and so many others, it's like Super Boo, we're just constantly talking, he only has 70% chance to guard, 70% chance to guard, 70% chance to guard. And then this guy comes out and no one cares. Oh, he's only high chance, no one cares. Like, I mean, you're not instantly reviving immediately in most of these fights. So that's the issue. Now, I've kind of like described all the stuff with these 2 characters, but here's the thing. I feel like these guys are so well designed and so balanced, and so much of it is down to RNG that I don't really think that there's a right or wrong. Like, I feel like someone could argue Goku as 1, and like I don't think you could beat them in a debate with it, right? Like you can't, or I don't think I should put these 2 in the same line. You guys know I've done this many times, but when I do that, characters have very similar kits. The 7th anniversaries are almost the exact same unit. The 7th anniversary characters, these guys are completely different. So I'm not going to put them in the same spot, but I think Piccolo Jr., just what he's doing with the giant transformation, these giant transformations that last several turns are just so busted. It's beyond belief, right? Like, Goku could be the best unit in the game. He could be invincible. He could completely, you know, he takes no damage, does nothing, but then, like, another character on the rotation gets killed. But the thing is that Piccolo with his giant form can protect the rest of the rotation. So I'm not saying, oh, it's Goku's fault that the slot 3 character died. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Piccolo is so good that he can protect the slot 3 character with the giant transformation. That's what Piccolo can do, right? That Goku can't. But it's not free to do this. Right? This is not free at all. Turn 4 under 60% HP. His active skill isn't, unless you're, World Tournament or Super Battle Road. There's a lot of pros and cons to each unit. Again, I think their designs are incredible, impeccable. I love, nitpicking Dokkan designs. Let me get one thing right here. Let me get one thing right there. I just feel like these guys are designed so well, I wouldn't really touch them. Maybe Goku, he could get 30% defense right here. I understand after he would just be, but he's still already so, yeah, I feel like that's the one thing. Because then at the very least, before he revives, you could rock him in like slot 2 or 3, and then he could get to like 1,000,000 defense if he had 30% defense right here. That would, I think, really help him out. Piccolo, I think with Piccolo, the one change would be, well, this should be guaranteed. This is bullshit. Goku has guaranteed guard turn 1. This should be guaranteed. This is horse shit that this is not guaranteed. But I would maybe say give Piccolo guaranteed additionals that then have a chance to be a super, because that would really help him proc his hidden potential systems more often, his hidden potential system additionals. And it would help him proc this more often too, because I believe this should work just like Namek, Goku, and Full Power Frieza and Kale, where any attack Piccolo does has a chance to trigger this. So it's like that would make Piccolo better. If these were just normals with a chance to be a super, and if Goku is getting 30% defense right here, those are the only two things. So I will go like this. Maybe some people would be upset that I have these two up there, but they just feel like a clear jump to me, right? I mean, they do have flaws, right? But I think it's just, it's flaws that are designed well. There's a clear purpose for what Dokkan is doing with Piccolo Jr. and Goku. So I think it's a W, right? Like, I look at Super Buu with his guard, and it's like, what, dude, why doesn't he just guard? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Goku, at the very least, right? Like, you could see what they're doing, because he gets it with the revive, and then he becomes, like, the best unit in the game, right? Like, it's crazy. So I'm totally cool with this. Again, it feels like there's a jump. Gamma 2 to Yamcha feels way different to me. Like, Gamma 2 definitely is way stronger than Yamcha. And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. God, Goku and Kale are great, but these two just feel different to me. So let me know what you guys think. Let's take a look at what my last one was. So this is April 7th, okay? And then, yeah, much more compact right here. So Bardock and Ginyu have fallen off of the list. Yeah, Bardock. Bardock is an October release too. Crazy. We had 4 Dokkan Fests in October. That is so unkind. That's just like a special thing because of the movie, right? Like, that's not something that's going to happen very often. 4 Dokkan Fests in a month. That might be the only time that's ever happened, actually. That is crazy to think about. There was 4 Dokkan Fests in 1 month. That's so nuts. And then November had nothing. Oh my god, November is the worst ever. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the top 10 right here. One more look at it, and yeah, I feel good about this. I don't see any changes I would make here. This looks good. Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch y'all next time.